Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome, guys. Today we're going to talk about the unforced force of a better argument. And this is, to me, the best approach to differences and theological differences, especially intra Islamic theological differences, or even inter any which one. Arguments generally, anyone. It shouldn't be automatically that you should bring force and try to force people or punish people or something like that. Let your argument do the talking. Let people examine what makes sense. Okay? The moment you try to bring force, it's like coercion, man. Leave people alone. Let people decide which one makes sense. So if you have like a Akida discussions, for instance, let people be the judge. Let the better argument win the day. You will see like anytime. Let me give you a good example. Okay. For instance, if you study Christian history, you will see that according to you as a Muslim looking into Christianity, the people, for instance, the Protestant Reformation, there were people that after that, they, for instance, someone said he doesn't believe in the Trinity anymore, and it was literally put to death by Protestant authority. Literally, he said the Trinity is this and it finds problem with it. To you as a Muslim, you'll be like, I agree with that. This guy is making sense, right? You think it makes sense, but it was crushed and killed. Okay. Whereas his argument, you'll be like, that argument makes sense. And many people today, I've forgotten his name, that individual that died. Many people today now find his arguments actually make sense. What he was saying was right, and they disagree with the Trinity. Okay. Anyway, now intra-Islamic discussions also, which Akida is correct, which position on this issue is correct, which fiqh position is correct. Let people be the judge of that. Present your argument. Don't be polemical. Present your argument, bare argument, and everyone present theirs, and let the better argument win. I think that's the best approach. That is the most logical approach to these things. Okay, if your argument is true, people should be convinced about it. You don't need to force people to follow your argument if it's true. If it is true, it will be undeniable. Anyone denying it will be knowingly denying something that is evident, self-evident. Okay, and they will know it inside of themselves. You don't need to force them either way. Just leave it there. Maybe in the future, if your argument is not strong today, or many people don't agree with your argument today, history will tell. People might come in the future that will come and be like, that guy was the only one that made sense among all of them. Turns out, now all the Muslims at that time will be like, we want this argument, we prefer this one. For instance, let me give you, even me personally, when I found the principles of Khatib al-Baghdadi, about how do you scrutinize hadith, okay? While some other people at that time might be like, we just check the isnad and that's it, khalas. When I saw his principles, I'm like, bro, I agree with that. For me personally, I'm much more inclined towards that kind of rigorous approach to not just accepting everything just because of isnad. I appreciate that there were people at that time that were actually thinking about what is the content of those hadiths. It's not just about isnad. What about the content? Okay. So anyway, remember this principle: the unforced force of a better argument. Some people get defensive. They don't want to listen because they know, what if the argument makes sense? Some people even don't listen to people like this because they might actually convince you. Okay, so you are scared, like, what if the argument is so compelling? I just believe it because it's so true. I think that's what it sounds like to me. So I think let the better argument win the day. Don't kill people. Don't force people because of their views. If their views are stupid, let people decide. If their views make sense, let people decide. When you try to force people to go in a certain direction, do you know what happens? It only happens for some time. When the tables turn on you, they will do the same to you. So, for instance, there were some societies where atheism was the mainstream, and they were enforcing it, forcing everybody to do this. Yeah, you have to behave like this. When the tables turned for some reason, and then the Asharis became the ones in power, now they did the same thing to them, and you see like it always goes like it looks like. But if they had actually left it on, look at our view and look at your view. But most people in history, they don't like to do this. They want to enforce because of the power structure around knowledge. Anyway, you see knowledge, there's a power around it. Anyway, that's what I want to say in this video. Let me see what you guys think in the comment section. See you guys later. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.